Well, hello, and welcome to episode number 37 of Healthy Knees for You. My name is Robin Robertson. I'm the founder of Healthy Knees Coach and your host for these videos. Today we are answering a question from one of our listeners, one of our subscribers. So let's get right to that question. And Heather H. had asked this: I'd love more specifics on how to live with an arthritic knee that is not yet enough bone on bone for a replacement. Am I better off trying to put off a replacement for years or ? Okay, the answer to that question is manyfold, and it will depend on a number of factors, including how much pain you have, how old you are, if you are having to cut out activities, and if it is affecting your quality of life. This question got me thinking so much that I am putting together a workshop. It'll be about a 1-hour workshop live online, and I hope that you'll attend. So stay tuned to listen in for the details about that workshop coming up in October. Okay, so let's get back to that question. And I'll start first with the mistakes people make with having an arthritic knee. Now, many people just stop moving because of the arthritic pain, and that doesn't actually help your knee maintain any of its range of motion. You may actually lose range of motion as you use it less. It kind of becomes like a rusty hinge, and the less you use it, the rustier it gets. But you need to find out about the right kind of motion for your knee that is not so irritating to your arthritis. I'll totally cover that in the workshop, and there are many ways to get to that. And then another part of that answer was, how much pain do you have? Well, if your pain every day is consuming you, then you'll need to be talking to your doctor about that replacement sooner rather than later. But if it is pain that is worse some days and not so bad some other days, then there may be ways that you can put off having a knee replacement. Have you had to cut out any of the activities that you love? Well, often first to go are any impact activities like running or basketball or tennis or soccer or downhill skiing. And then you may be getting to that level where simply walking hurts. No more hiking, no more walking, especially going downhill. Or even getting to the point where standing for a long time can bother your knees. I had gotten to that point where I couldn't stand for more than 10 minutes without being in excruciating pain. So let's just talk about the mistakes that people can make with an arthritic joint, an arthritic knee. And the first mistake that I often see is that you stop using it because you think it hurts, I don't want to use it, and that can send you right into a spiral of pain that's just going to make it worse and worse and worse. I will be covering that in the workshop. Then some people say, okay, I'm just going to push through the pain. Well, I did that, and that didn't do me any good. So I really understand arthritis pain. I was born with a rare congenital condition in my knees. My knees always hurt as a kid. I had my first knee surgery when I was just 13 years old. And at that point, my doctor said, exercise as tolerated by pain. Having always had knees that hurt, I didn't really know what that meant, and I actually became a cross-country and track runner in high school and in college, and was an avid downhill skier. So as you can imagine, that those impact sports of skiing and running didn't do my bad knees any good, because I'd actually had all of the cartilage removed on one of my knees in that first surgery. They don't do that anymore, thank goodness. But by the time I was 24, I had my second knee surgery, and my doctor had said, if I didn't know how old you were, I'd think you were about 84 for the amount of arthritis you already have. And if you want to walk when you're 30, you need to stop doing impact sports now. That was a big life changer for me because I was a collegiate athlete, and heading into my final track season. I didn't do it. I mean, I did stop. I didn't run any longer because it had become more painful than it was fun. And if you have an arthritic knee, you might be finding that same thing, that some of your activities are becoming more painful than they are enjoyable. That's a strong signal that they may need to change. There are always alternatives for things that you can do, even though at first you might think, I don't want to do that. But I found things that I could do. And so, did that doctor's prognosis come true? Well, it wasn't 30, I was 34, and I could hardly walk around the block at that point. I had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, and I couldn't take them to the park anymore because I couldn't chase after them. And as a parent, if you can't keep your children safe, that's a devastating thing, not only for you, but for your whole family, because you're not able to care for your kids the way that you want. You're not being the kind of parent that you want to be. And maybe it's not your kids, but it's your friends, and you can't have the kind of fun you want with your friends. So an arthritic knee can really get in the way of enjoying life and affect your quality of life, which also affects how you interact with everyone in your life as well. The long and short of it is that I learned the good ways to live with arthritic knees at a very young age. I put off having a knee replacement surgery from when I was 34 to when I was 56, based on the kinds of activities I was doing. And I want to share all of those secrets with you in the workshop because I'd like to dive into it so that you really understand it more clearly than I want to brush over with right now. Because once you understand it, you'll be like, oh, that's so simple. I can do that too. And I really want to be able to help you either reduce your knee pain, make your knees stronger, and either get as strong as you can before you have to have surgery, or maybe even put off surgery for a number of years. Because waiting as long as you can, I think, is a good thing. I did that even though I was 56 and 58 when I had my knees finally replaced. And now they're fantastic because I've done all the right kind of training. And I want you to have those kind of results too. Okay, so in the workshop, I'll be talking about those 3 key things, the 3 secrets to save your knees. And you'll have things that you can start doing right away at home. I want you to be able to learn how to do that so that you can practice good self-care with your own knees. The workshop itself will be about 60 minutes, and then I'll open it up for live Q&A questions so that I can answer your specific questions on some of the things. I have 3 dates coming up for the workshops: October 11th at noon and that specific time, October 12th, Wednesday at 11 a.m., and then Thursday, October 13th at 10 a.m. The link to sign up for those workshops you'll find in the show notes here in the description. And if you can't attend live, don't worry, because I'll record those and then I'll send you a replay link. So no matter what, you'll be able to access that information and start taking action on it as soon as possible. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up for today saying there is hope for your knee. Whether or not you have arthritis, you can reduce some pain and get so much stronger so that you are able to do more of the things that you love in life, maybe even prolong or never have a knee surgery or a replacement, or if that is in your future, and that was certainly for me, be able to be as strong as you can so that you can get the most out of that new knee and be able to live life to the fullest. My husband and I, and just a testament to that in my own story, my husband and I are riding our bicycles, pedal bicycles, not electric, across the country in 4-week chunks at a time. Now, we started this journey before I had my knees replaced because I was in good enough shape, even though I was very arthritic. And we've been riding in the odd year summers. So in 2017, we started in Bellingham, went to Great Falls, Montana. That was about, 900 miles over 4 weeks. And then we went from Jackson, Wyoming to Rapid City, South Dakota. And that was about 1,200 miles. And last summer we went from Sioux City, Iowa to Nashville, Tennessee, another 1,200 miles. And we'll finish the trip next summer from Louisville, Kentucky to the Atlantic coast, Yorkton, and then we'll ride on up to Washington, D.C. to finish our journey across the country. So arthritis be darned. You can do wonderful things even with arthritic joints when you do the right kind of training. I want to help you get there. It's not difficult. You just have to know what to do. And so I'm going to tell you exactly what to do in the workshop. I hope I will see you there. I'll be talking about that over the next couple weeks as we get closer to the workshop, and I look forward to meeting you. Okay, take care. I'll see you next Thursday. Bye for now.